Welcome to the Minute of Terror channel. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment where you are watching this video from. My name is Lucia Thompson. I'm pushing 65 now, but the memory of that cursed Lent in 1980 at the Sunny Ridge homestead, out in the backwoods of Marfa County, Texas, still burns fresh. We lived in a speck on the map, right at the foot of Mount Davis, a cluster of houses clinging to the slope. I just turned 13, and though folks said I was almost a young lady, I was as curious as any country kid. Our house was raw brick, no plaster, tin roof, dirt floor. 3 rooms, living, dining, bedroom where we all slept, me, parents, 3 siblings, and a covered kitchen out back where Mom spent her days. Dad, Mr. Raymond, farmed corn, beans, sweet potatoes. God-fearing man, made us walk to Sunday Mass at St. Francis Chapel, half-hour hike. Mom, Mrs. Mary Jo, up before dawn, last to bed. Kept house, kids, helped in the fields, crocheted lace for extra cash. Electricity had just come, single bulb in the living room, 1 in the kitchen. TV was for the rich. News came by radio or word of mouth. Loved church fairs, rodeos when the whole holler gathered. I went to the county school, 20-minute walk. Wasn't much for books, I'll admit. Preferred yard play, climbing oaks, swimming the stock pond with siblings and neighbors. Helped Mom with the little ones. Neighborhood, maybe 15 similar houses. Everybody knew everybody. Next door lived Mrs. Isabella and Mr. Pete. Isabella, around 32, pretty, watchful, quiet. Finished high school, tutored kids. Pete, carpenter, built the finest furniture around. Childless couple, nicer house, porch, big yard. Isabella's perfect vegetable patch. It was Lent, somber time in rural Texas. Folks skipped parties, some gave up meat. Since little, I'd heard, Lent is when the devil walks loose, tempting souls. It started first week, Ash Wednesday, back from Mass with crosses on our foreheads. Old Zeke Black, from the other side of the ridge, came running, sweating. Raymond saw something unholy down by the creek bottom. Dad stepped to the yard. We peeked through the screen. Heard weird noise, like a whinny but sharper, not hoarse. Looked and saw a big shape in the brush. Walked upright, but legs bowed. Head like a mule, but not a mule. Dad, you drunk? Zeke swore on his grandkids' health. Dad, Skinwalker. Go pray in our Father and Hail Mary. Zeke shuffled off, muttering. Dad came in, swatted my older brother, sent us to bed. No ghost talk in my house. But we talked. Under blankets in the dark, my brother whispered it all. They slept scared. I got chills, but curiosity won. Next day, story spread like wildfire. Mrs. Francis, near the chapel, heard baby crying in the graveyard, saw blue light over tombs. Mr. Manuel at the feed store found huge tracks around his place. No known animal. Mrs. Lucia, midwife, woke to dead chickens in the coop. No predator break-in. Walter's boy, about 16, coming from fishing, saw a tall crouched figure, long arms, cross the dirt road, vanish in the brush. Fear gripped us. Parents banned play after dark. Dad skeptical, Lent nonsense. Mom superstitious, hung sage and rosemary over doors, made us pray the rosary nightly. 3rd week got worse. I was hanging laundry when I heard a thud and shrill scream from Isabella's. Mom froze, wet sheet in hand. What was that? Stay here, she said, headed to the fence. Stubborn, I followed. Isabella in her yard, hands on head, screaming. Help, for God's sake. Mom vaulted the fence, me behind. Isabella shaking. They took Pete. Horrible thing broke in, hit him, dragged him. Dad and neighbors rushed over. Isabella near fainting. Mom took her inside. Isabella sobbed. Sewing in the living room. Pete having coffee in the kitchen. Noise at the back door. That thing came, mule-headed but not. Punched Pete's chest, knocked him down, grabbed legs, dragged unconscious. Men ran to the back. I sneaked after, terrified but nosy. Big yard, ending in thick woods up the mountain. Drag marks in soft dirt, blood drops. Let's go after, said Mr. Walter, grabbing a machete. Dad nodded, sent for lanterns, sun setting. Split into teams, followed trail into woods. Hidden behind a mesquite, heard Dad. Think it's a creature? Vaulter, pale, don't know, but took Pete, blood on the ground. They plunged in. I raced home before Mom noticed. At Isabella's, women comforted her endless tears. That night dragged forever. Dad returned at dawn, worn out. Trail vanished on rock. Found scrap of Pete's shirt, bloody, nothing else. Next day, sheriff from Marfa came with deputies, dogs. Searched a week, nothing. Pete swallowed by earth. Word spread miles, outsiders helped, futile. Sightings kept coming. Fishermen saw dark shapes swim the tank impossibly fast. Francis's son saw eyes at his window. Doors locked at dusk. Men carried rifles, machetes. Isabella broken. No eat, no sleep, just cry. Repeat the story. Near Lent's end, my turn. Friday night. Woke needing the outhouse, 20 yards past the pecan grove. Usually woke Mom, but went alone. Grabbed kerosene lantern, turned up the wick, stepped out. Eerily quiet. On return, heard sound from Isabella's. High-pitched whinny, too long, skin crawling. Stopped dead, legs heavy. Sound again, with splintering, woman scream. Curiosity, stronger than fear, crept to the fence. Kitchen door blasted outward. Isabella bolted out in nightgown, hair wild, screaming for help. Behind her, thing over 8 feet tall. Humanoid, but wrong. Long arms, bowed legs, dark skin brown-black in lantern light. Elongated mule-like head, deformed, huge eyes reflecting flame. Wide mouth, full of jagged teeth. Whinnied, leaped unnaturally agile. 3 bounds, caught Isabella as she tripped, grabbed ankle, dragged toward woods. Lantern slipped from my hand, I screamed. Creature paused, turned hideous head my way. Released Isabella, bounded at me. Froze. 10 yards off, gunshot. Pain grunt. Dad at the door, shotgun smoking. Run, Ana Lucia, run. Reloading. Legs worked then. Sprinted like never before. Heard second shot. Creatures howl. Dad yanked me inside, slammed and barred the door. Mom clutched siblings, all terrified. Mom, what happened? Dad, that thing attacking Isabella again. Hit it, don't know if killed. Heard distant barks, shouts, another shot. Morning, Dad and neighbors ventured out. Found Isabella passed out in yard. Ankle bruised, giant finger marks. Ground churned like a fight. Trail lost again. Lent ended, sightings faded, stopped. Pete never found. Isabella moved to El Paso with aunt. Abandoned house, never returned. Grew up, married, had kids, moved to El Paso. Life went on, but never forgot. City folk scoffed. Pete ran off, killed by rivals, mass hysteria. We knew better. Later heard similar tales. New Mexico skinwalkers, Oklahoma goatman, Louisiana rougarou. Names change, core same. Half-man, half-beast, takes folks in holy seasons. Every Lent, I light a candle for Pete's soul, hang sage on the door. It was horrific, bizarre. Sorry if I rambled. Hope y'all enjoyed. Good night. My name is Luke Oliver. I'm from San Benito Hollow, a tiny ranch town deep in West Texas, where the scrub turns gold under the drought sun. I want to tell the story that happened in 2008. Here, everybody grows up hearing hill country legends. Skinwalkers, Chupacabra, the Weeping Woman. But the one folks truly respect is the golden cougar. They say generations back a rancher killed a pregnant cougar and she cursed him. Her spirit would return as a golden cougar, only resting after taking 7 generations of his kin. It's no ordinary cat. Stands on hind legs like a man, eyes like hot coals, roar that mixes a woman's scream with a growl. Always figured it was just a tale to keep kids out of the brush, but I respected it. Like my dad used to say, not seeing doesn't mean it ain't real. It was July, brutal dry season. Skies so starred you could almost grab them. Spent the day clearing land by the creek to plant cassava. Got home beat, showered, warmed leftovers set on the porch. That's when I heard the noise at the edge of the woods bordering my spread. I first thought coati or javelina, but it was different. Not regular branch snapping. Sounded like something sneaking, calculated rhythm. Next morning in the garden, I saw tracks in the damp mud by the creek. Too big for dog, not round like cougar paw. Looked like giant human feet with claws at the tips. Mentioned it to Mr. Zeke, neighbor 3 miles out. Luke, weird critters showing up. Last week, Mr. Chuck lost 4 calves. Found his carcasses, no blood, strange marks. Swears it was Skinwalker. He said crossing himself. Nah, Zeke. Regular cougar or maybe coyote. Skinwalker talk is old-timer stuff. I replied more to convince myself. But that night, fixing supper, heard racket out back where I keep tools. Grabbed flashlight, went to check. Nobody but shovel on the ground, deep scratches in the adobe wall. Days after, noises got more frequent, closer. Heavy footsteps circling, low growls in the dark. Started locking doors and windows at sunset, something I never had to do. One Tuesday, I got back late from town. Supply truck broke down. Pitch black when I hit the dirt road home. Full moon lit the way. Mesquite shadows made crazy shapes. Suddenly my pickup coughed and died in the middle of the road. Tried starting it over and over, nothing. Pulled flashlight from glove box, got out to look. Popped the hood, poking around. Heard rustling in the brush across the way. That's when I saw it. First just a shadow among trees, but when it stepped out, moonlight showed it. Big, near man height, hunched. Golden fur gleaming, eyes too, red embers. Couldn't move. The thing stared at me what felt like forever. Rose up on hind legs, fully upright like a person, let out a sound that was a burp mixed with a roar. Slammed the hood, ran inside, locked up. Hand shaking so bad, I barely turned the key. Miracle, engine caught first try. Floored it, didn't look back, but rear view showed the creature chasing about 100 yards before vanishing into the scrub. Got home in record time, barred everything, sat up all night with shotgun loaded beside me. Next day, told the priest. He thought before speaking. Luke, there are things the church doesn't spell out. These sightings have basis. Your great-great-granddad was a rancher, killed a half-man, half-cat thing. Ever since, each generation someone in the line dies strange. But father, that's got nothing to do with me. I ain't kin to Mr. Manuel, I asked confused. Not directly, but your grandma was second cousin to his wife. In these creatures' logic, that's enough. Left church more spooked. On the way home, stopped at Miss Rose's, the most respected Carandra. She greeted calm, but face changed when I told her. Luke, you're marked, she said straight. But there's protection. Skinwalker can't enter where there's coarse salt and holy water. Fears fire from dry palm fronds. Followed every step. Coarse salt at every door. Holy water. Bucket of dry palm fronds ready to light. Weeks I thought it worked. Noises stopped. Tracks gone. Was relaxing. Thinking imagination when it shifted. New moon night. Warming coffee in the kitchen when a hard thud hit the back door. Not knocking, something slamming full force. Grabbed shotgun, kerosene lantern, power flickered. Got close, smelled strong, wet fur mixed with rot. Stomach turned. Who's there? I yelled trying to sound brave. Answer. Low growl, scratches on wood, deep marks visible in the dim light. Ran to the bucket, lit the palm fronds. Caught quick, lit the kitchen orange. Cracked the window, shoved bucket out. Silence. Then high-pitched yelp of pain, heavy sound running to the woods. Through the gap, saw a golden shape disappearing. Didn't sleep. Sat in the living room, shotgun across my lap till dawn. Daybreak, checked the door. Claw marks deep, spaced wrong for any normal animal. Ground near the bucket, prints half human, half feline. Same day went to town, told Sheriff Ramos. Looked at me like I was nuts. Mr. Oliver, probably just a cougar prowling. I'll send Fish and Wildlife to check, he said, not believing. Heading home, stopped again at Miss Rose's. Wasn't surprised. Knew you'd be back, she said, handing a bundle. Strong charm. Under your mattress. Keeps it away, but doesn't in it for good. Lucky for me, whatever I know was a Skinwalker never came back after I did everything she said. Don't know what to think. Just know I sleep better now, even when the dark feels thicker. Sheriff never proved me wrong. There were other attacks. Livestock dead on neighboring ranches. On mine, the beast never returned. Thanks for hearing me out to the end. Drop a like, comment, share if you can to help the channel grow. Check the video popping up on screen, more spooky tales. Big hug, y'all.